So I just wanted to give some context to this comparison video that I just put together. I think it's a pretty cool, and I don't know how to look at this sideways view. I can't do it right. But this is a comparison between my first acoustic guitar, which is right here. I don't think I can There it is. My first, and the Martin back here. So this is a comparison between my first acoustic guitar, the Gibson L-00 original model. That's about a year old, a little over a year, can't believe it. And my brand new Martin. Now the Martin is strung with Martin strings. The Gibson, this is where it gets complicated. The Gibson is strung with Elixir strings. And Elixir strings compared to Diodario strings on this Gibson make all the difference in the world. That's what gives it that bold metallic sound that I like with that particular guitar. That's why it stands out a little bit more. You notice the Martin doesn't have as much tone. But the Martin has its own thing going on with it. So it's hard to compare. I just compared them as is, so you have to keep that in mind, that it's an as is comparison. The Gibson has those Elixir strings, which are like a superpower. With the Diodario strings, I can tell you it's not on that level. It's more thin. And if I was to compare apples to apples, so to speak, I would probably have the Martin as is and put Gibson strings on the Gibson. It gets real complicated with strings. I mean, I could put Martin strings on the Gibson and Gibson strings on the Martin. I could put coated strings on both. But I wanted to compare the guitars as is. Martin's brand new. Gibson is outside of the bridge lifting, and I took a look at it. It hasn't budged, but we'll see about that. But no, I just wanted to give some context about that. So the Gibson has kind of an unfair advantage. Neither of these guitars what I want to get rid of. Neither one outclasses the other, but I gotta check the video over. I just put it together. I spent a while putting the clips in order. I'm not gonna make this too long because I want to have enough space to say, but I will say that for this comparison video, I used a Fender Medium, this one. I took out the Fender Heavy, which is what I used yesterday. I didn't use it. Didn't use the Tortex and didn't use the thin. I rarely ever use the thin. You ever eat like a late night dinner and then you're all congested? That's what it is. Guess I gotta get ready because tomorrow's work, actually. Not till the day after tomorrow. So I gotta get in the shower and shave and all that and be prepared for Saturday. Well, that's a teenage boogie on Saturday night. Well, but I love both these. As soon as it's been a little while since I opened the case on the Gibson since I got the new Martin, and As soon as I saw the black nitro, I'm like, oh man, this guitar, I could never part with it. I'm gonna do a separate video, Gibson Original Series or whatever it's called. Gibson Original. Talking about that because I don't think I forgot about the Gibson, but glad to have joined the Martin family. I'm not standing up straight. That's not a good start. But it says here I have 53 minutes. But the main thing I wanted to just say was about the coated strings. If it was plain D'Addario strings, I think it would have been a more fair comparison. Still, it was a comparison as is. And don't get me wrong, I know I bought 2 new instruments, alright? But I know why people buy vintage instruments. It's because older instruments were often designed slightly differently, or maybe more than slightly. Sometimes they were used with different woods. Sometimes the wood ages over time. It always ages over time, but sometimes the effects can be very significant with how wood ages over time. But you only have 2 hands. You can't compare everything in the world. Unless this is your day job, but I have. But as soon as I can't even get into that other topic right now, but thanks for subscribing and liking. These are both very nice instruments. Martin, slightly smaller. Thankful to have both of them. But I gotta start putting stuff away because it is getting late. I think this will be a fine video. Let me know what you think, and no, I don't have any acquisition syndrome, but Gibson and Martin are the two names I'm interested in when it comes to acoustic guitars, period. So, hey, I got one of each. Do you?